Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing Aeromexico Flight 29 from Buenos Aires, Argentina to Mexico City. But I'm only reviewing the service, food, and amenity updates, also the outbound protocols at EZE International Airport in Buenos Aires. If you want to see a more detailed review on the seat, please click the Aeromexico playlist on my channel. And if you look at the JFK to JFK to Mexico City review, there's a detailed review about the seats there. But first, the protocol for leaving Buenos Aires. You do have to fill out the Declaración Jurada, and here's that sheet there. There's two parts of it. So once you fill this out and you go through that and accept it, you're going to get an email with part 2 of it. Once you get part 2, you'll fill out part 2, which I'll show you here in a minute. And it's after you fill out part 2, you'll get an email confirmation of all of the data that you've put into the Declaración. And there's the part 2 of the form, and the email will look like this once you've finished it. It takes about 5 minutes to get it, so that's what it'll look like. And there's a attachment PDF at the bottom in which you can look and see what, the information you've put in there. But leaving, this is what it looks like on the outside. So they start with lines and rows outside. So you see the numbers there. You'll give the gentleman which airline you're flying, and he tells you what line to go to, which corresponds to that airline. So that's how they're organizing you flying out of the country right now. Here's a look, just a look at the seat. I was on the 787-9 Dreamliner for Aeromexico, which has the 121 business class seating, which is the more up-to-date seating. So as far as amenities go, there was water left in the armrest. So this is the armrest on your left side, which you would just open that, and I found the water inside of there. Here is the amenity kit, the Etro. I can't remember if this is the same one. It's been a while since I've flew on Aeromexico. But these are also the toiletries they use in the bathroom. So yeah, maybe it's some kind of branding deal there. Pre-departure beverages were offered. They came around with a tray of orange juice and water. I asked for champagne and did receive it. So that's good to see. And it's an actual hardware, hard glassware, which is nice, and not in plastic cups. So that is the pre-flight experience, and I will get to the in-flight experience here shortly, and I'll leave you with the sounds of the takeoff. Back. As you can see, here's the mood lighting in the cabin, which is something I've never seen because I've never flown the red eye on Aeromexico on this route. So it's soothing tone there. Here's the Wi-Fi, which you can scan with the QR code because it's powered through EZE. And here's the Wi-Fi options once you get in there. And one thing I do like about Aeromexico's long-haul Wi-Fi is that they do give you the option to have the free messaging through WhatsApp, iMessenger, I guess Facebook Messenger as well. But that doesn't include any web surfing. But there are other options they have for a fee, which you can choose if you need to browse the web. And I don't think it'll allow streaming. I don't think the Wi-Fi will be fast enough for streaming on your device. But here are the options there. As you can see, it doesn't permit any navigation of the web, but WhatsApp and certain messaging platforms. Got the web surfing 180 megas, and full flight Wi-Fi for $40. And you could also use iPass or Boingo Wi-Fi passes if you have those. I won't get in depth with the in-flight entertainment. I mean, the screen is essentially the same as I've done in past reviews, but here's what new movies they had. That's the recently added movies. Not a ton of options, but I guess good enough. You figure you watch one, go to sleep. The bar on the 7879 was available. Now, they did have coffee, tea out there, but I don't think they didn't have any cups for espresso, so I'm not sure if that was actually working. I'm not a cappuccino or espresso drinker, so I couldn't tell you if it was, but there's the selection they had with snacks, water, and liquor available. And here's the meal service. So they started out with cheese and membrillo, which was a surprise. Some kind of prosciutto there with some sweet jelly. Not sure what the stuff under the prosciutto was, but it was pretty good. In the main course, you got bread, which was warm actually, salad, and the pasta, which was good. And I have to give it to Aeromexico. I don't know what it is about catering out of Buenos Aires, but the food tends to be better in that direction, going out of Buenos Aires to other directions, because I've noticed this even on American Airlines, which I consider American Airlines offers pretty good food and premium cabins, but the food tends to be better catering out of Buenos Aires and Aeromexico. I've had pasta in the past, which was like, I don't know, dry fusilli noodles, but I was really impressed. And here's the dessert, some kind of cheesecake souffle type of thing, some sweet compote sauce. Breakfast was also available. We got fruit, croissant, ham, tomato, the omelet. The omelet was a little bland. The yogurt there, if that looks familiar, I've showed that actually that was on American Airlines and premium economy catering for breakfast, which was a welcome sight to see. But again, the fruit was pretty fresh. Ham was good, tomatoes, but the omelet was a little bland, I'll admit. So that's to give you an idea of the service and amenities offered currently on Aeromexico in business class. One thing to note about the protocols leaving Buenos Aires. Now, I was never asked for the Declaración Jurada. I was never asked for that. Leaving, no one asked for it, surprisingly. I guess it must not be as big of a deal as it is entering the country than it is exiting the country. Service was very friendly from Aeromexico. I don't think I've really ever had a problem with that in the past, but I mean, this crew was really good. And the food was a step above for Aeromexico. I'm not ready to name it in my top 5 meals ever in business class in general, but it's quite an improvement. To me, the pasta much better. The ravioli, I mean, was flavorful. I mean, I didn't have to add any salt to anything. So that was my experience on Aeromexico Flight 29 on their 7879 Dreamliner from Buenos Aires to Mexico City. If you enjoyed this review, please hit the like button. And also, if you really loved it, please consider subscribing, because this is the kind of content you'll see created from me on this channel. Hope to see you soon. Have a good day. Thank you.